Hello. We are going to talk what is causing your makeup to start either when you apply it not look good or just wear really poorly throughout the day. So we are cyclical beings. Oh, kicking my camera here. Who live in a cyclical world. Our skin changes. It changes because we have different seasons just naturally occurring in weather. But our skin also just has different seasons, right? Whether it's our monthly cycle or just whatever's going on in life. So you may find, whether you use Saint 3D foundation or something else, that suddenly it's not working. And so I'm gonna go through a couple troubleshooting reasons why this may be. And this was prompted, if she's watching it, she'll know that I'm talking to her. A conversation I had with an Instagram friend. So it was funny because she was talking about her foundation not working, and she had mentioned something, and I kept thinking to myself, like, man, I had a really bad foundation day, like 2 times, and I couldn't remember why. And then it suddenly came to me, and I was like, we should discuss this. So here we are. Your skin's gonna change. Now, that may mean you need to change the products you use underneath your skin to address the issue that's going on. Or maybe not necessarily even change your products, but add in additional tools, which we will go over some of those in a second. But the stuff that goes on your face can also, like, my skin and hair get really used to the products, so I rotate between 2 products. I do use the Milk Moisturizer from Saint. I've used it for a couple years and it is amazing. I also make my own moisturizer out of rosehip oil, frankincense, vitamin E, geranium, and patchouli, because, like, okay, sorry there, I had an alarm go off on my phone. My skin gets very used to things, and so I need to switch it up. So I mix between those 2 things. Now, regardless of whether you're using the same 3D foundation or any kind of foundation, the products you use under your skin can affect how your makeup goes on. So one of the reasons when she was saying to me, what she said to me was, I think my products under my skin might be affecting the way the foundation's applying. And I was like, oh gosh. The other day I had a really bad makeup day. My makeup went on beautiful, but it wore terrible. Well, I had used this Dime Beauty hyaluronic acid serum that hydrates and plumps. Now, I'm not gonna blame Dime. It was my fault. Not all products need to go all over your face. In fact, my whole face doesn't need to be plumped. I've got nice high cheekbones. I've got some extra weight from the baby still on. Water weight from it just being that close to that time of the month. So I don't need to plump my whole face. So I used this, and it was not good. My makeup was terrible by the end of the day. So the trick with this particular product is just to put it like where you have real fine lines around your eyes or on your forehead. I don't know, it's funny that I bought this because lines don't even really bother me that much. I like expression. Yeah, sometimes it gets annoying if your makeup collects in it, but I don't find with the 3D foundation I have that problem a lot. So, but what you use, especially like certain oils, might not work well with your makeup. So you're gonna have to find that happy medium between a product that works really well for your skin and that complements whatever foundation you're using underneath. The other thing besides just the liquids you put on your face is, how are you taking care of your skin? So before I found Billy razors a few years ago, I honestly just used my husband's razor. It's probably so gross, but it worked. Now, this will help. What I love about the Billy razor, or this isn't the Billy razor, but this is the Tinkle razor. But side note, Billy razor, because razors are expensive, is a great deal for razors for your leg. But the Twinkle razors come in packs of 3, and then you can buy like multi-packs. They're really reasonably priced, and they will take your face is covered with really fine hair. I have fine hair, but I can have a lot of it, so it's not gonna grow back thicker. It's just you know, like when you shave your legs, it comes back as that stubble, so it feels like it might be coming back thicker. It's not going to, shaving your face is not going to change the thickness of your hair. It's going to help whatever makeup you use go on smoother, even your skincare, because number one, your products aren't getting caught in that hair. The hair is absorbing it. But your hair can also trap dirt into your skin. So it's really great to get that fuzz off, that peach fuzz off. A lot of times we'll get it like right in this area, and then on our chins here, and you might get it a little bit around your eyes. These are technically designed to help clean up your eyebrows. This doesn't really go anywhere near my eyebrows because I'm afraid of shaving off my eyebrows. I just do good old tweezers. But this is amazing. It will also take off some of that dead skin, which is the next product is an exfoliator. There are a gazillion different kinds of exfoliators out there. They all claim to be less harsh than the other. I don't know what the truth of it is. I think it's just preference, what works for your skin and what you like. Sometimes like a good old trick is just getting sugar and putting it in your face wash. The good thing about sugar is that it's going to dissolve, and so it's not going to, it might be like a little granular at first, which may not be like the best because it can like scratch your skin, but it dissolves. So as you wash your face, you're not constantly with, you know, you're not over exfoliating because it is going to dissolve out. There are chemical exfoliators. I have one I get off of Amazon. It's not in English, it's in Japanese, I think. And it's like aqua or water or something, and it smells like alcohol, but you just like, it's like a thick clear gel that you put on your skin, let set for a few seconds, and then you rub it in and you will feel like balls of skin coming off your face. That stuff is amazing. Then there's just true chemical exfoliators and or face washes that are meant for exfoliation that have little beads in them, and or like the Twinkle razor, something that is actually like sloughing those skin cells off. So that will help too with your application. If you have flaky skin, and I don't want to say dry per se, because you can have oily skin that's actually caused because your skin is dehydrated, and so you can definitely get like scaly skin and oily skin, because if dehydration's the underlying cause, you can still get that, you know, especially sometimes when you put makeup on, it aggravates those spots. I, for a really long time, was unable to use a makeup brush for application because my skin was so dry that just aggravated it. And what solved that problem for me was drinking way more water, coconut oil, and then I eventually switched to the Milk Moisturizer, which the Milk Moisturizer is great with dry or oily skin because it's about balancing the pH on your face. Okay, next thing. This is one of those ones that sneaks up on me. And this was another reason a few weeks ago why my makeup did not go on well. And I was like, oh man, this is not, it didn't even go on nice. And that is because your brush is dirty. I'm gonna confess, I don't wash my brushes weekly. I know a lot of people recommend you do that. I probably started wearing makeup, never ever washed a brush for like, I started wearing makeup when I was in high school. So I started high school when I was young. I was a year younger than everyone else, 13, 14. I never washed a brush. I never washed a brush up until like maybe 5 years ago. Gross. I know I'm not the only one though, because it just seems like such an extra thing. But what happens is, if you don't wash your brush, makeup builds on that brush, even if you don't see it. Especially if you're switching between powders and creams. You know, the cream's catching the powder and it's staying on there. And then, I mean, it's not hygienic because you're dipping all of that, plus the bacteria your face has transferred onto the brush into your product. But you're also then like, you're trying to pick product with that buildup on there, even if you can't see that buildup. It will eventually affect application. So you can use a very, very gentle soap, and you only want to wash like I don't want to say the tip of your brush, but what you don't want to do is get it water or soap where the bristles attach to the brush, because that will wreck the glue and your bristles will start falling out. I had some Morphe brushes where I just really didn't know, and they just fell apart right away. My mascara, well, they were branded mascara, the brushes that I bought. My Saint brushes have held up amazing. I got my first brush in 2014 and it is still together, even though I didn't necessarily wash it appropriately. We all know that I barely washed it though, so just be mindful of that. There are so many products out there. I really try to go chemical free, but this is one of them where I just haven't spent the time to investigate. Now, Saint just came out with it's literally a tin, just like the 3D foundation, that you pop in your compact, which is great because it's not something extra floating around in your bag, and it's a brush cleaning tile, and so you just wipe your brush up on there. You can also buy silicone ones that you pop on your sink, so if you put a little soap and water on your brush, you can just clean the tip off without wetting the entire hair, and like I said, making the glue break down where the hair is attached to the brush. The other thing is a brush cleaner. This is the one from Saint. It is the Houdini cleaner. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I mentioned chemical free is because this stuff smells chemically. It's got kind of like, I shouldn't say chemically, it's chemically to me because I've gone chemical free. No perfumes. Like I try and like I don't do the Saint perfumes. I'm not sure even what they're made of to say like this isn't legit. I just stay clear of any kind of scent. That's perfumes are just not my jam anyways. So you are going to get a cotton candy smell with this. So even though it's not like a bad smell, for me it's a little like woo, because I'm pretty scent free in my household other than like my essential oils. But this stuff's amazing. This stuff is awesome because it's a dry spray, meaning you can spray your brush, you'll wipe it off on a cloth, and you will be amazed at all the product that comes off. Your brush will be completely clean afterwards, and you're like, wow, like I didn't know my brush could go back to being that clean. You may not realize how dirty your brush is until you clean it, and you're like, that's what it originally looked like. I forgot. And then you can immediately take your brush and use it again. That's what's awesome about it. No waiting overnight for it to dry, waiting hours. You can immediately use your brush again. So, Houdini, it is amazing. So clean your brushes, it'll affect your application. The last thing, again, we're cyclical beings. We live in a cyclical world. Your skin color may change. If you're going from winter to summer and you're not in the sun as much in the winter and you're suddenly lighter, or especially I find it's more pronounced, like if you have purchased a shade in the winter time when you're more fair skinned, and then you go into summer and you're outside and you really darken, one of the tall tale signs of not having a good color match is that suddenly your makeup may break up or look textury, and you know, it just doesn't have that beautiful flawless skin-like finish that you want. That can often mean it's time to get recolor matched. It's okay. Like, our skin changes throughout life. You may get some sunspots that come up. You may have a sunless tanner on the rest of your body. Whatever it is, if I, like I said, I mostly notice that if you're putting on a shade that's too light for your skin, it's going to look really textury. Or like for me, a lot of times I'm in Arizona, I'm out in the sun year round. In the winter time, I don't tan like I do in the summer, but what happens is it's almost like my undertone changes a little bit, and I need to go with a little bit of a brighter shade, because I've talked about this before. If I use my actual like skin color shade, my skin looks dull, and like I kind of have a little bit of a glow. that's not any kind of product doing that. That's my natural skin. So I go with the shade that has a little bit more of a different undertone than like my actual True Shade Match does, because my True Shade Match makes my skin look dull. This one kind of gives my skin some life. So get rematched, which I can do. You can DM me, or if you have someone else who's your artist, they can do that for you. So if you suddenly find that your makeup is not performing the same that it was, could be a couple things. Your skin's changed. You need to figure out what needs to be done about that. New skincare product, or maybe you just need to incorporate, your skin gets used to what you're using and you need to do some mixing up or rotating of products. You maybe need to change those products altogether if you're like a new customer and you buy it and it's not going on correctly, it may just be you're not using products that play well together. It also may be that you need to exfoliate. Twinkle Razor, an exfoliator. They have you can buy retinols and retin-A's now. And also cleaning your brushes, making sure those are clean, and making sure you have the right color. So if you need help with any of that, you can DM me, you can email me, and I will be happy to help. And that's it. Bye.